Let us continue solving the Ghana WASSCE Core Mathematics Paper 2. So we are solving questions 6 through question number 13. So in a certain spider web, the lengths of the shortest and the longest threads are 3.4 millimeters and 50.2 millimeters respectively. The successive equally spaced threads are 1.2 millimeters apart. If the length of the cross threads form an arithmetic progression, find the number of cross threads. So this is what we were told. So we have a certain spider web, and these are the length of the threads. So the first one has a length of 3.4 millimeters. So this one is 3.4. And we're told that the length is forming an arithmetic progression. So it means a constant difference is added to get this one. So that constant difference is 1.2. So it means this length will be 4.6. Then this one, the constant difference is also added. 1.2 is added to 4.6 to get 5.8 in that order. So we got the last length, which is 50.2. So we are being asked to find the number of threads. So this is 1, 2, 3. So the 50.2 length is in which position? Like this one is in the first position, second position, third position. So the 50.2 length is in which position? So we can use the formula U sub n equal a plus n minus 1 d, since it is an arithmetic progression. So the U sub n is the longest, which is 50.2 millimeters, and the first one is 3.4 millimeters, and the n we don't know, and the d is 1.2 millimeters. So we need to solve this equation for n. So 50.2 will be equal to 3.4 plus 1.2 n minus 1.2. So 50.2 minus 3.4 plus 1.2 will be equal to 1.2 n. So when you solve this, we will get 48 is equal to 1.2 n. So divide both sides by 1.2 by 1.2. So we have n to be equal to 40. So there are 40 cross threads. The number of cross threads is 40. Question number 6b. At noon, a cargo plane leaves Kaduna Airport and heads towards Ekanu 500 kilometers away at 180 kilometers per hour. At 1 o'clock p.m., a jet takes off from Kaduna and flies on the same course at 450 kilometers per hour. What time will the jet overtake the cargo plane? So we need to find the equation for the cargo and for the jet. And we'll know when they meet. So the equation, we can express it in terms of time, because we know the time for the cargo to be at 12 noon. So at 12 noon, then that of the jet is 13. So this time is going to be changing at a certain rate. We know that the speed is given by distance over time taken. So the time will be changing at the rate t is equal to d over s. So we make d the subject. So it means that the jet overtook the cargo after they covered a distance d kilometers. Of course, they will not finish the 500 kilometers before the jet will overtake the cargo plane. So the rate of change of the cargo plane is given by that distance. When we know it, we don't know it, so it's d, but we know the speed, which is 180. So this is the rate of change of time for the cargo plane So the equation that model that of the jet plane will be d over 450 plus 13 t2. So at the time that they met, the t1 and t2 should be the same. So we are going to get t1 equal t2. So this implies that we have 12 plus d over 180 is equal to 13 plus d over 450. So d over 180 minus d over 450 should be equal to 30 minus 12, which is 1. So we multiply through by the LCM, which is 900 times d over 180 minus 900 times d over 450 should get 900 times 1, which is 900. So we are solving this equation, and 180 will go here. How many times? 5. Then 450 will go here, 2 times. So we are going to get 5d minus 2d is equal to 900. So 3d is equal to 900 by d by 3 by 3. So the d will be equal to 300. So it means after they covered 300 kilometers, the jet plane overtook the cargo. Now we can use this distance that we took to calculate the time and add it to one of them. So we can simply substitute d equal 300 into any of the equation to get the time that it overtook. So let's say we put it inside equation 2. So the time that the jet overtake the cargo plane will be equal to 13, and we add it to d, which is 300 over 450. And 13 over 450 is the same as 2 over 3. So 13 plus 2 over 3. And 2 over 3 in terms of minutes, we multiply by 60 to get 3 will go here, 20. So that will be at 1:40 p.m. 1:40 p.m. 1:40 p.m. That was the time that the jet overtake the cargo plane. Question number 7. A man left an estate for his wife, extended family, and children. Lamte, Nadia, and Joyce. In a will, 1/3 of the estate must be given to Lamte, 1/3 of the remaining to Nadia, 3/4 of what still remains to Joyce, 2/3 of the remaining to the wife, and the rest to the extended family. If the wife receives a total of 105,500 Ghana cedis as a share of the estate, find the total value of the estate. The extended family share of the estates. So let the total value of the estate be Ghana cedis X. Then from the given information, 1/3 must be given to Lamte. So when we give 1/3 to Lamte, then the amount that remains is X minus 1/3 of X, and that will give us 2/3 of X. Then we're told that Nadia, 1/3 of the remaining is given to Nadia. So 1/3 of 2 over 3x, and that will give us 2 over 9x. So what will be remaining is 2 over 3 minus this 2 over 9x, and that will give us 4 over 9x. Then we're also told that 3/4 of what still remains, so this is what still remains, and 3/4 of it will be 1/3 x. 1/3 of x was given to Joyce. So this is what will remaining now. We'll take this from this, and we are left with 1 over 9x. And again, 2/3 of the remaining to the wife. So 2/3 of this was given to the wife. So this is what is given to the wife. 2/3 of 1 over 9x is 2 over 27. So 2 over 27x is equal to 105,500 Ghana cedis. So 2x will be equal to 105,500 Ghana cedis. So dividing through times 27. So x will be equal to 105,500 times 27 over 2. And when we calculate this, we are going to get Ghana cedis 1,424 Ghana cedis 250. So 1,424 Ghana cedis 250. Great. That is a huge amount of money. So the B part says we should find the extended family share. So the extended family share will be equal to what is remaining here, which is 1 over 27 times x. So the B part, extended family share will be equal to 1 over 27 times x, which is 1,424,250. And when we calculate that, we are getting 552,750 Ghana cedis. So that is what is given to the extended family. Question number 8. In the diagram, STV is right angle triangle. Line segment ST has a magnitude of 15 meters. Line segment SV has a magnitude of 10 root 3 meters. And angle SUT is equal to 72 degrees. Calculate correct to the nearest whole number the value of the angle marked X. So we want to find this angle here. If we know this angle, we can calculate this angle as well. By using this angle and this angle, we know that will be adding up to 90 because this is already 90. So when we know this angle and we know this angle, we can find the value of x by taking away this from this. So from triangle SVT, we know that the adjacent to this angle is given and the hypotenuse is given. So cos of angle, this angle here, VST, angle VST is equal to adjacent over hypotenuse. Adjacent is 15, hypotenuse is 10 root 3. So angle VST is equal to cos inverse of 15 over 10 root 3. So you can simplify it before you do that. The cos inverse of 15 over 10 root 3 will be equal to 30 degrees. 30 degrees. So this whole angle here is 30 degrees. This whole big angle is 30 degrees. Now we know that this angle and this angle will add up to 90. So angle UST, which is this angle here, is equal to 90 minus 72. And 90 minus 72 will be equal to 18 degrees. So 18 degrees. So it means angle X plus 18 degrees should be equal to 30 degrees. So this angle here, which is 18, when you add it to X, you're supposed to get the whole angle, which is 30. So X will be equal to 30 minus 18 degrees. So 30 degrees minus 18, that will give you 12 degrees. So X equal 12 degrees. We want to find We can use Pythagoras theorem to find TV. Then we use trigonometry again to find this length. Then we can now subtract it from VT to find UV. So let's go. From Pythagoras theorem, we have VT squared plus 15 squared is equal to 10 root 3 squared from Pythagoras theorem. So VT squared will be equal to 10 root 3 squared, which is 100 times 3 minus 15 squared, which is 225. So 300 minus 225 will be 75. So it means VT will be equal to square root of 75. And square root of 75 is equal to 5 root 3. 5 root 3 meters. So from here to here is 5 root 3 meters. Now let's use trigonometry to find from here to here. So by trigonometry we know that the angle here is 72 and this is 15 meters. So we know the opposites and we want the adjacent, which is UV. So we can use tan. So tan 72 degrees is equal to opposite, which is 15 over UT. I said UV, sorry. So UT will be equal to 15 over tan 72. So 15 over tan 72 should give you 4.873 or 874. So we can now find UV. We know that UV plus UT is equal to VT. So UV, what we are looking for, is to be equal to VT, which is 5 root 3, 5 root 3 minus 4.874. Now 5 root 3, it is same as 8.660. So you have 8.660 minus 4.874. So 8.660 minus 4.874, that will give you 3.786. So to the nearest whole number we have 4 meters. We round up because of the 7. So now let's find the area of triangle SUV. So triangle SUV, this triangle here, we are finding that area. So we need to find the area of this triangle, which is triangle STV, and find the area of triangle STU. Then we subtract it from the area of triangle STV to get the area of triangle SUV. So area of triangle SUV is equal to area of triangle STV, which is half times base, half times 15 times height. The height, we found it to be 5 root 3, 5 root 3, then minus area of triangle STV. That one too is 1 over 2 times 15 times the height TU. The height TU, we found it to be 4.8 4.874. 4.874. So when we do the calculation here, we are going to get 64.919519 minus, and that is 6.554. And when we do the subtraction, we are getting 28.398, and to the nearest whole number we are getting approximately 28 meter squared. Let's look at question number 9. In the diagram, A, B, C, D are points on a circle. ADE and BCE are straight lines. Angle DCE is 56 degrees. Angle ABE is 5x minus 16 degrees. And angle BAE is 3/2x plus 4y degrees. If angle DCE is to angle CDE is 7:8, find angle AEB. So we're given that angle DCE is to angle CDE is equal to 7:8. So it means that angle DCE, which is giving us 56 degrees, divided by angle CDE will be equal to 7/8. So if you cross multiply, you get 7 times of angle CDE will be equal to 8 times 56 degrees. So angle CDE will be equal to 8 times 56 degrees over 7. 7 goes into 56 8 times. So 8 times 8 give us angle CDE to be equal to 64 degrees. So this angle is 64 degrees. So to find angle AEB, this angle over here, this is what we need to do. We know that this angle and this angle will be 180. So this will be 124 degrees. And this one will be 116 degrees. So this angle and this angle will be equal to 180. So this angle will be also 56 degrees. Then this angle and this angle will be equal to 180 degrees. So this one will be 64 degrees. So 64 plus angle AEB plus 64 degrees plus 56 degrees supposed to be equal to 180. Sum of angles in a triangle, that is triangle AEB. So 64 plus 56 will give you 120. So angle AEB will be equal to 180 minus 120, which is equal to 60 degrees. So since this and this are on a straight line, this will be 180 minus 64, which is 116 degrees. 116 degrees. Now we know that this angle and this angle are opposite angles of a cyclic quadrilateral. So 5x minus 16. So 5x minus 16 plus 116 degrees is supposed to be equal to 180 degrees. So 5x minus 16 degrees will be equal to 180 minus 116. So 5x minus 16 will be equal to 64. So 5x will be equal to 64 plus 16, which is 80. So x will be equal to 80 over 5, which is equal to 16 degrees. X equals 16. Then we're supposed to find y. Again, y, we know that this angle here and this angle here will add up to 180, opposite angles of a cyclic quadrilateral. So angle 3 over 2x plus 4y plus this angle here, which is 180 minus 56, and that will be 124. So this angle is 124. So plus 124 degrees will be equal to 180. Then we have 3 over 2x plus 4y will be equal to 180 minus 124, which will be equal to 56 degrees. So we know that the x is 16, so 3 over 2 times 16 plus 4y is equal to 56. So 2 going to 16, 8 times 3, 8, 24. So 4y will be equal to 56 minus 24. So 56 minus 24 is 32. So dividing through by 4, y is equal to 8. Now let us solve question number 10. A cupboard contains 3 kinds of notebooks, R, S, and T, all of the same size. The number of book R is 3 more than half of book T. The number of S is 1/3 the number of T. So if there are 25 books in a cupboard, find the number of each kind of book. So we can use this information given to form equations. We're told that the number of book T is 3 more than half the number of book R is 3 more than half the number of book T. So that is what we get here. Then we're also given that the number of S is 1/3 the number of T. So that is this one, equation 2. Then we're also given that there are 25 books in a cupboard. So when we add all the books, we get 25. So now we can put equation 1 and equation 2 inside of equation 3. And that will give us this, a linear equation that we can solve for t. And when we solve for t, we are obtaining t to be equal to 12. Now when t is 12, we can now find the remaining number of books. We put t equal 12 into this equation to get the number of r, which is 9. Then we put t equal 12 into this one to get the number of s, which is 4. So probability of s or t will be equal to 4 over 25 plus 12 over 25, which is 16 over 25. So that is the I part of the question, and this is the I part of question A, 10A. And 10B, we are told that in the diagram, PQRST is a circle with center O. POR and QOT are straight lines. Line segment QT is parallel to line segment RS. Angle RTQ is 33 degrees. And line segment RS has magnitude equal to line segment ST. We have to find the angle RST. Angle RST here. So this angle is alternate to this angle. So this angle will also be 33 degrees. And since this side is equal to this side, this angle will also be equal to 33 degrees. Because the base angles of an isosceles triangle are equal. So angle RST plus 33 degrees plus another 33 degrees should be equal to 180 degrees. So angle RST plus 66 degrees will be equal to 180 degrees. So So angle RST will be equal to 180 minus 66, and that will give us 180 minus 66 will be 114 degrees. From the top B of a building 320 meters high, the angles of depression of the top M and bottom W of another building on the same horizontal ground are 29 degrees and 41 degrees respectively. We are to illustrate the information in a diagram and calculate correct to the nearest meter the height of the other building. So we can illustrate it this way. This is the top B of a building, which is 320 meter high. So from here to here is 320 meters. Then we're told that the angles of depression of the top M, so it's the top M of another building, and the bottom W of another building, they are 29 and 41 degrees. So from here to here is 29, and from here to here is 41. So using alternate angles, we are able to get these angles, which is correct, alternate to this, and this one which is alternate to this one. So we can form equations to calculate for the distance or the height of the other building, which is MW. So this is how we go about it. I'm using small w to represent the distance from here to here, which is equal to from here to here. So tan 41 degrees, taking this triangle, tan 41 degrees will be equal to the opposite, which is 320 meters over adjacent, which is W. So we solve for W to get 368.118 meters. Then again, tan 29 degrees using this triangle, tan 29 degrees will be equal to opposite, which is D, over adjacent, which is W. And we know the W to be equal to 368.118. So we multiply it by tan 29 to get 204.051 meters. So it means that we can now find the height of the building, which is equal to 320 meters minus D. This is the height of the building, which is equal to this. And that will be equal to 115.949, which is the same as 116 meters. The time taken to travel a distance of 120 kilometers was reduced by 30 minutes when the speed was increased by 20 kilometers per hour. Calculate the initial speed. So let the initial speed be s. We know that s will be equal to 120 over t. So we can make t the subject to get 120 over s. So we call that equation 1. Then also, when the time is reduced by 30 minutes, the speed is increased. So the new speed will be s plus 20 meters per second, and the time will reduce by 0.5 hours, which is the same as 30 minutes. So we can solve these two equations. So we substitute equation 1 into equation 2. Wherever we see t, we put 120 over s. That's what we have done here. Then we can cross multiply and expand. When we expand, we obtain this quadratic equation: s squared plus 20s minus 4,800 is equal to 0. Now the factors will be 80 and negative 60. So we split the middle term, and that will give us s to be equal to either 60 or negative 80. Therefore, the initial speed will be equal to 60 kilometers per hour. Question number 12. The following statements are true of a certain community. Most businessmen are rich. No salary worker is rich. Draw a Venn diagram to illustrate the information. So we can draw this Venn diagram to illustrate the information. Then we can also draw it this way. All of them are correct. We have to state whether the following statements are valid or not valid. So the reason why we can draw them like this is that they say most businessmen are rich. So it means businessmen and rich men have intersection, which is here. And no salary worker is rich. So we have salary worker here, and rich people, they have no intersection. You can see that is true. Rich people and salary worker, no intersection. Businessmen and rich men have intersection. So either of them is correct. Then we say, state whether the following statements are valid or not valid. Kapi is a businessman and is therefore rich. So if Kapi is a businessman, he can be here, he can also be here, and therefore he is rich. There is a businessman here that is not rich. So that statement is not valid. O2 is not rich. So if O2 is not rich, O2 can be here. O2 can also be here. Because he is a salary worker. So we have some people who are not rich, and yet they are not salary workers, which is here. So that statement is not valid. This one is not valid. The B part says that the table shows the distribution of height of seedlings in a nursery. Calculate correct to one decimal place the mean, the variance. So we can tabulate this quickly. The midpoint will give you the x values. Then form the fx column and the fx square column. And we calculate these totals as we can see. Then we can use the formula. Mean is summation fx over summation f, which is 2140 over 30, and that will be 71.3 centimeters. Then the variance is the square of the standard deviation. So when we square the standard deviation, the square root goes away, and we substitute the summation fs squared and summation f and the mean squared, and that will evaluate to 47.9361, which is approximately 48.0 to one decimal place. Then let's look at question 13. Using a scale of 2 centimeters to 1 unit on both axes, draw on a graph sheet two perpendicular axes OX and OY for the interval 0 to 8 on the x-axis and negative 6 to 6 on the y-axis. We have to plot the points M3, 1, 1, 1, and P3, 5. So we have the graph sheet here. We have the x-axis and the y-axis, and we indicate the scale as is shown from 0 to 8 on the x-axis and the negative 6 to 6 on the y-axis. Then we can plot the point M3, 1. So 3, 1 will be here. So M will be here. 3, 1. Then N will be 1, 1. So N will be here. 1, 1. And we also have P3, 5. So 3, 5 will be here. P3, 5. So we connect the points to form this triangle. We are also drawing the image triangle M1, N1, P1, which is the reflection of triangle M and P in the x-axis. So M map also M1, N onto N1, and P onto P1. So we negate the x coordinates of M to get we negate the y coordinates to get 3, -1. So 3, -1 will be here. So M1, 3, -1. Then we have N1 will be 1, -1, and P1 will be 3, -5, 3, -5. So we can join this one too to form this. Then again, we have to draw the image triangle M2, N2, P2, which is the image of triangle M and P under the mapping x, y maps onto 2x, -y. So this will give us 6, -1, and this one will give us 2, -1, and this one will give us 2, 6, -5. So we brought this one 6, -1, 2, -1, and 6, -5. So that will give us P2 here, then N2 here, and M2 here. Then we're also asked to find the equation of the line joining points M and M2. So M and M2 are this point. So we find the gradient. This is y. This is y2, x2, y1, y2, or x1, y1. So we find the gradient -1 minus 1 over 6 minus 3, which is -2 over 3. So we use the formula y minus y1 equal m into x minus x1, and that will give us this equation that you see, which is y equal -2 over 3x plus 3.